Well, young Tim, I've heard they had a touch of snow in Maryland again today.
Yeah, well, the good folks in Maryland. Randy, what was the only state not, I repeat, not to pass an enforcement law during Prohibition?
Arizona?
No, you idiot.
Thank
I
you.
bet Callie has the right answer.
Well, we'll get to Cali in a minute because this is the Distilleries, Breweries, and Wineries of the World show with sitting to my left, Tim Bona, our golf correspondent, internationally renowned in Links and Libations magazine. Myself, Randy Weckerly, who apparently cannot pass a pop quiz, and I need some help.
From Callie.
From Cali. And on the other end of this line, if she still realizes the depth of nothing that she's working with here, we have young Callie Pfeiffer, state of Maryland, who apparently has impressed everybody out there because she runs all three. Breweries, wineries, and distilleries associations in Maryland. How do you get that job? Callie?
A lot of knowing people, I would say.
I'll tell you what.
Good connections.
I'll tell you, now, do you have the answer to young Tim's pop quiz?
I am going to take a wild guess and say the state of Maryland.
Oh, my goodness.
It's not Arizona? Oh, that's right. We're featuring Maryland.
Great job, Callie. Way
Thank
to go.
you, Callie. You're dealing with some of the high-level, strategic intelligence coming from the state of Wisconsin today. Anyway, Callie, thanks for joining us. Super impressed when we went over to try to figure out what you did and talked with you early this morning. What they've done in Maryland is that they have one organization that supports all three, Tim.
Yeah, they grow and they fortify things out there.
Yeah, Callie, tell us about what you're doing and what's going on in the state of Maryland. Sounds great.
Sure. So what I'm doing, I am the communications manager for the Maryland Winery, Brewery, and Distillery Associations, as you had said. The umbrella company that I work for is called Grow and Fortify, and we are a management firm who oversees those three associations.
So
right now...
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No. It's just that as you have, 5 people in that organization that have a distinct breakdown on what you do.
Yes, so we cover all aspects for the associations. We have one team member who handles government affairs, one for special projects and strategic planning, one for operations. We have an events manager, and then myself for the communications.
Now, that is just tremendous. And you're handling all three. To be specific, when you go to Maryland and you pull up the different associations, the websites are absolutely beautiful. It appears that the American Craft Spirits Association, you had some winners a couple weeks ago from that event, and you have a lot of events coming up, Tim.
Yeah, there's a big one coming up April 21st. Tell us about that one.
Yes, so that is our first one coming up for the Distillers Guild. We have the Frederic Craft Spirits Festival, and for this one we partner with the Frederic News Post, and we're going to be hosting that at the Frederic County Fairgrounds on April 21st, like you had said.
Nice. Well, the world of liquor needed more options, and up until a few years ago, before you guys got everything organized out there wasn't much of a selection when we go into the store and so forth, but now we have one thanks to you and your crew, Callie.
Yeah, well, the industry is working very hard. We've seen a lot of growth. We are almost we're just under 20 operating distilleries right now. So that number is growing, and there are going to be quite a few of them at the Frederic Craft Spirits Festival. Would you want me to go ahead and name off who's going to be there?
Absolutely.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. So we will have 10th Ward Distilling Company, Lion Distilling Company, Grey Wolf Craft Distilling, Old Line Spirits, Twin Valley, Tobacco Barn Distillery, Patapsco Distilling Company, Blue Dyer Distilling, Blackwater, the Baltimore Whiskey Company, Painted Stave Distilling, which is actually a member from Delaware, and then McClintock Distilling, the American Sochu Company, and Miscellaneous Distillery. They will all be there on the 21st.
Well, that sounds outstanding. And my birthday's at 26, so if people could remember that as we come out, that would be outstanding, young
Yeah, Kelly, if you could help me with something. I was doing some history for the show here. You know, spirit makers have always taught us that the older the barrel, the better, but a lot of the spirit makers have gone to these smaller barrels, and you can't leave them in the barrels because there's more surface air exposed, and otherwise the taste gets affected by the barrel. But you want it in there just long enough, so not necessarily older is better anymore. Is that correct in the barrel?
I won't make any harsh statements, but I will say that our distilleries are experimenting with a lot of different things, and they are all coming up with really incredible product. So I don't want to say that anything aged is better than anything new, because it's not always the case. We're seeing some really, really cool things being made.
Callie's dealing with the traditionalists and the newcomers.
So let's see So do we have a repositioning program for taking the old barrels and giving them to your wine producers and vice versa in Maryland, Callie? Have you gotten into that at all?
Yeah, so there's not necessarily a program in place, but we do see a lot of partnerships happening between all three industries. We're seeing a lot of collaborations, either with the barrels or just certain ingredients. Maybe a distillery getting apples from one of our cideries and making a really cool apple brandy out of it, or something along those lines. We're seeing all sorts of partnerships, and barrels are definitely one of them, sharing those barrels.
Yeah, there is a lot of eco-mindedness that's going on in that industry right now, and I know that they're all trying to be sensitive to that, and it's also about the dollars. Those barrels are not inexpensive when they use them. But in the state of Maryland, you also have a lot of history out there, and as people come out and tour around, what are the highlights? Historical highlights of Maryland. Of course, you're not that far from Washington D.C. What are your favorite things to do in Maryland while you're living there? That people can go and do. Obviously, we're interested in the golf and the recreation end, but so much history in Maryland.
There really is, and I think that my favorite part about Maryland, I mean, not totally history related, but my favorite part is people call us the U.S. in miniature, because you can get a little bit of everything. If you're out in Western Maryland, you're there with the mountains and big lakes and snow and tons of things like that. But then if you head over to the East Coast, you're right there on the beach, and you can see it all. So we have a little bit of everything depending on where you are in the state, no matter what you want to do. If you did want to head into D.C. for the day and explore the historical attractions, but there's also the amount of small towns that we have, as well as big cities, you're going to find something everywhere. And depending on what kind of physical activities, like I said, there's mountains for hiking, or there's beaches for relaxing. There's just about everything.
Yeah, we're talking with Callie Pfeiffer, Communications Manager for Grow and Fortify, State of Maryland, and then Callie, not to suggest anything light in her world, they are in charge of all three organizations, the distilleries, wineries, and breweries. So they can go online, and all of those associations in Maryland are beautiful. Callie, I'm sure, is in charge and has a lot to do with it. Callie, anything that we can do in our Links and Libations magazine to have our team come and focus, our door is always open for invitations. I know that our editor-in-chief, Betsy Hill, of our magazine is very, very excited to come out, and this starts the dialogue and coming and working with you. So, let us get the word out and get the word out for your whole associations. We're very, very excited about working with you and getting that through the Distillery Channel, our shows, and in our magazine.
Yeah, and as are we. We're very excited as well. Thank you very much.
Well, we'll look forward to talking to you soon when more events come up, Callie. If there's something special, give us a call. Anyway, thank you, Callie.
Thanks, Callie.
Being on the show today, it has been a tremendous privilege when somebody has that kind of firepower wrapped up in one state. You know the responsibility of that, Tim?
Maryland.
We have not found that anywhere else.
Straightest golfer on the planet, driver-wise, from Maryland. Fred who?
Would that be Couples?
Fred Funk. No.
Oh, Fred Funk?
Funk.
He was the coach there.
Yes. I know some straight in Maryland.
Oh, well. Again, I failed. Both ends of the thing.
Dean Beeman, our ex-commissioner, retired commissioner. PGA Tour, Maryland. Yeah. Callie, you're in good company out there. You got to start playing our great game.
I'll have to give it a try.
Thanks, Callie.
Thanks, Callie. We'll talk to you soon.
All righty. Thank you.
Bye-bye.